All right, today we're going to tackle one of the most common and, let's be honest, frustrating habits we all have. And we're going to do it with just a single, surprisingly simple question. Let's dive in.
So, does this sound a little too familiar? The alarm goes off, and before you've even really woken up, your hand is already grabbing your phone. You pop open an app, and bam, 20 minutes are just gone, vanished into a sea of news, posts, and videos. It's the morning scroll rut, and man, it's a tough cycle to break.
But what if it didn't have to be that way? I mean, really, what if you could wake up tomorrow and just not feel that urge? What would that even look like? What would you do instead? That's what we're going to figure out. And the good news is you don't need some kind of superhuman willpower to do this. You just need a better question. We're going to look at one single prompt that can totally reframe how you think about your entire morning. Okay, here it is. And I want you to really let this sink in. If a miracle happened overnight and you woke up tomorrow with zero urge to scroll, what would be the first small thing you'd notice about your morning? See, the key here isn't some big change like your mood or your productivity for the whole day. It's just that first, tiny, noticeable detail that's different. Now, this isn't just some motivational fluff I pulled out of thin air. This is a real tool called the Miracle Question, and it's actually a cornerstone of a therapeutic approach known as solution-focused brief therapy. The whole point of it is to get you to stop endlessly analyzing why you have a problem and instead get you to start vividly imagining the solution. So, why is this one question so ridiculously powerful? It seems almost too simple, right? Well, it turns out there's some really clever psychology at play here that helps us sidestep all our usual mental roadblocks. The magic of this question really comes down to three things. First, it forces you to be super concrete. Instead of a vague goal like, I'm going to use my phone less, you're actually describing what a scroll-free morning looks and feels like. This makes it achievable, which is the second point. You're not trying to fix your entire life at once. You're just noticing one small sign that things are different. And when you can actually picture that one small thing, it suddenly becomes incredibly empowering. This slide really just nails the whole psychological shift. On one side, you're a victim, stuck, tangled up in the problem. But by just answering that one question, you move to the other side. You become the expert, the architect, holding the blueprint for your own better morning. You stop fighting against the bad habit and start building towards something good. Okay, so let's look at how this idea goes from being a nice little fantasy in your head to becoming an actual usable blueprint. This is where the magic really starts to happen. I mean, this visual says it all, doesn't it? That problem mindset, I need to stop scrolling. It feels like you're running straight into a brick wall. It's all about resistance and what you can't do. But the solution mindset, it just opens a door. Asking, what would I be doing instead, is an open invitation to create something new and positive. And your answer might be something just like this. Something simple, something you can feel, something calm. I'd make coffee slowly, I'd sit by the window, I'd notice the light. Can you feel the difference in that? It's not about restriction or taking something away, it's about adding something beautiful back into your day. And here it is, maybe the most important takeaway of all. That vision you just created for yourself, it's not some far-off, impossible fantasy. That's a blueprint. You've literally just designed a set of simple, actionable instructions for what you can do tomorrow morning. Okay, so we've covered the theory. Now it's time to make this real for you. I'm going to walk you through a few questions to help you build your own personal blueprint, and we can do it right now. So, let's get personal. Forget about the perfect morning routine you saw someone post online. In your miracle morning, what are you doing? Is it reading a book, doing a few stretches, maybe just sitting in silence with a cup of coffee? Really try to picture it. Let's get even more specific. Think about that window of time that's usually just lost to scrolling. If I could just hand you those 20 or 30 minutes back tomorrow morning, like a gift, how would you invest them in yourself? What is one specific activity you would choose to do? Okay, now let's go one level deeper. It's not just about what you do. How would you feel? Calmer, more present, less anxious and rushed? Try to connect that action you just imagined with the feeling it would create inside you. Because that feeling, that's the real reward. That's what you're chasing. And that brings us right here to the final actionable step. We took this big, frustrating problem and we've boiled it all down to one small, concrete action. So, based on everything you just imagined for yourself, what is the one single thing you'll do tomorrow morning instead of picking up your phone? Not a whole new routine, just one thing. Because that one thing, that might just be the miracle you're looking for.